IntellivisionDude here, and I'm doing Atarileaf's tag. What defines your collection? Well, unfortunately for me, there's not one genre, type, or even series of game that defines my collection. Multiple series, multiple genres and types define my collection. Way too many. So I thought I'd show you a whole bunch of different genres. I'm probably going way overboard and doing more than what I needed or had to do, but that's what's so fun about these. I'd say Centipede really defines my collection. I have different versions of Centipede and Millipede. There's for the Game Boy. Heck, I even have it for the 5200, and I don't even own a 5200. I have it for the Genesis, Atari 2600 Millipede, 1700 Centipede, 2600 Centipede, NES Millipede, and I'm still looking for a few more. I'm looking at, I think the Game Boy Advance has Centipede and Millipede. That looked pretty good, I think, if I remember correctly. There's also Centipede on the Dreamcast, a remake. That sounds kind of interesting. Let's see here. I've got to reach over a little bit. And of course, you know, everybody knows. I think almost everybody knows. Burger Time defines my collection. For the ColecoVision. For the 2600. Of course, the Intellivision. Of course. And the homebrew version for the Atari 7800. Or what about its sequel, Diner? And I'm still looking for a couple. Well, I don't really have to have it for every system. I know they've made it for systems that I don't own, but in particular, I want the Game Boy versions, Game Boy Burger Time Deluxe, and some cheesy one I heard that's called Burger Time in Bedrock with the Flintstones. I just want to know what it is. I want to see it, and I want it. Or maze games in general. I'm not going to show Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, and Mousetrap and all those others. I was never good at those anyway. But other types of maze games or puzzle games I like Maze Craze. That's a maze game. Because you know Burger Time's sort of a maze game. Load Runner. This is my new maze game. I really like this one. Quick. You gotta think quick and for these kind of. Oh, and I forgot a Burger Time for the NES. Thunder Castle, another maze game. I didn't show them all. I had some other ones, but I didn't show them all. Or something else that defines my collection are board games, TV show games, or just puzzle games in general. Like Jeopardy Sports Edition. I wanted to show them in a certain order, so let me get these out here. Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy 25th Anniversary Edition, Anticipation, Hollywood Squares, or Jeopardy, or other board and puzzle games. You got one called Top Shop. You Don't Know Jack, trivia game. Got some cool puzzle games. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Tetris Attack, the original Tetris, Tetris 2, Lost Vikings. It's somewhat of an action adventure, but there's a lot of puzzle elements in this. I love games that make you think. Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Lots of puzzles in these. Lots of puzzles. I want the 2 sequels as well. And since I'm doing board games and puzzle games, and I'm going to get these out over here and do these next. Other games that define my collection are the Mario Party games. Mario Party 1, Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3, 4, 5, 6, well, yeah, 6, 7, it's hard to see, and Mario Party DS. Yeah, I don't have a Wii, or I'd have Mario Party 8, and there's also one for the Game Boy Advance, which I hear is not very good at all. Or how about my Grand Theft Auto games? That used to define my collection. I used to be the hugest Grand Theft Auto fan. I just bought Chinatown Wars last year and still haven't really played it. I keep buying all these other games. Grand Theft Auto 2, never really played it. But, of course, the 3 main ones. You can't ever deny San Andreas, Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3. Man, I don't know how high I can rank those, but same thing with Burger Time and Centipede. Or at one time, it was survival horror games that defined my collection. Resident Evil, Resident Evil 2, the remake for the GameCube. Code Veronica X for the PS2. Resident Evil 4 for the GameCube. Evil Dead, Fistful of Boomstick for the PS2. I don't know if that really defines my collection as much as some of the other ones, but you know, you get the idea. What used to define my collection, what used to be my main thing, was wrestling games. But I must admit, I don't think I've played many wrestling games in the past year at all, period. Body Slam for the Intellivision. Saturday Night Slam Masters. I'd still never get rid of any of my wrestling games, but I've kind of not played them and not had in the mood to play them. World Tour. WrestleMania 2000. No Mercy. I better speed this up a little bit. Revenge. WCW Wrestling. Pro Wrestling. Tecmo Wrestling. WrestleMania Challenge. Tag Team Wrestling. WrestleMania the arcade game. SmackDown 2. SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Fire Pro Wrestling Returns. Def Jam. Fight for New York. And what I didn't skip here, Def Jam Vendetta. Sort of hip-hop wrestling games. But they're still wrestling games nonetheless. Sports games define my collection. Most definitely. I was going to do the baseball first, but since I don't have the baseball ready, and I have some of these out of order too. NHL 94, we're going to do hockey games. Oh, and I got those way over there too. Let's just bring my camera up with me. Ice hockey for the 2600. Slapshot Super Pro Hockey. Hat Trick. Ice hockey. Blades of Steel. I have a lot more hockey games. I got like NHL 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, all for the Genesis. Basketball games. Slam Dunk Super Pro Basketball. Basketball for the Atari 600. One-on-one. Jordan versus Dr. J. Jordan versus Bird. Oh, that doesn't go there. Oh, that didn't go there either. I was gonna do Contra games, and then I decided not to do Contra games. Double Dribble. Or just oddball sports games like Super Dodgeball. I was gonna bring out a couple oddball ones. I like old oddball sports games. Another huge thing that defines my collection is baseball games. World Championship Baseball. Super Baseball 2020. Ken Griffey's Major League Baseball. Super Baseball 2020 for the Super Nintendo. Baseball Simulator 1000. Bases Loaded 3. Baseball Stars, arguably one of the best ever. RBI Baseball, up there with it. Bases Loaded. Major League Baseball. And I'm still looking for others to fill the collection. I heard there's a couple, there's a bunch more NES ones. And I regret selling just regular NES baseball, because now I want like a collection. And now you could say RPGs define my collection. And I debated on this for a little bit. Do these count as RPGs? Like Animal Crossing, Monster Rancher 2. I know they're sim games, but they have some RPG kind of feel to them. You know, you're talking to people and you're doing tasks and things. I think these kind of warmed me up into RPGs. I think it started with these, and then it went farther than that. And now RPGs define my collection. It mainly started with the Mario games. Paper Mario, Super Mario RPG, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Still haven't played it yet. Haven't had time. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, another epic game. Bowser's Inside Story. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. So epic. Words can't describe. What about the original Shadowrun for the Genesis? I think that paved the way for me liking RPGs. After I played that, I almost wanted to get in RPGs back then, but I just never really did. My RPG collection is just growing. Golden Sun, Final Fantasy V, Breath of Fire 2. Some of these are thanks to Kefka. Dragon Warrior 3. Regular Final Fantasy. Regular Dragon Warrior. Legend of Dragoon, which I'm currently playing. I still haven't beat it yet because I just haven't got there. I'm playing little by little, taking my time. The ones I just picked up recently, Final Fantasy 7. Or was that 8? That was 8. Final Fantasy 7. Dragon Quest 5. Dragon Quest 8. Final Fantasy X2, which Kefka said sucks. I'll find out later on my own, but you're probably right. Final Fantasy X. Not even sure if I'm big on Final Fantasy games, but I got them at a decent price. What the heck? And that's what defines my collection. Boy, that was a simple answer and a simple explanation. But you wouldn't expect any less from me, would you? I almost thought about showing some of my golf games that define my collection. Hot Shot 3, Hot Shot 4, Chip Shot for the Intellivision, the one that I just picked up for the Game Boy. Yeah, but I just didn't show them. But, you know, too many things define my collection. Too many things. Well, I guess that's the end of this video. Am I gonna tag anybody? No, I won't tag anybody. I was gonna do it, but no, I won't do it. That's the end of this video, so thanks for watching.